Oh God, we lost her again.
Why? I've got literally like the best webcam ever. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sounds like Deutsch has an entire motorway inside his house.
That was thunder.
Thunder this time.
And
okay.
lightning. Very, very frightening.
Sounds frightening.
So video's recording now. Ooh, too many concurrent sessions. What the heck's going on with that? Try again. Why? Jeez, I've literally never seen this issue before.
You can't hear me, Pyrophoric says? What?
I don't know what's going on.
It wouldn't be an Anna stream if there wasn't technical difficulties, to be honest. I've got no sound from you now. Okay, all sound just cut off, but welcome to the Friendly Frontier, where nothing is working and we're having 500 technical difficulties at once. But welcome.
Perfect.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
Brilliant. Oh.
And where creative innovation meets innovative creativity.
Indeed. Where possible.
Wherever possible. Wherever we can.
Whenever technical difficulties, I'm getting in
It's
our
so
way.
funny. You went, okay, Anna, in 3, 2, and then there was silence. And I was like, I don't know when it says 1.
No, that wasn't, so I'll own up. That wasn't anything. That was me. That's a thing I do, and I should have warned you. I went 5-4.
That's a thing everybody does in the movie industry, just so they make sure they're not on the audio track. They go 5, 4, 3.
Okay.
But it's just hard when you can't see me.
The first time that has ever happened to me. I'm learning so much from the Friendly Frontier. Oh, if I'd seen it if there was hand movements, there was no hand movement.
No, there wasn't. There was just me being a
Zero.
derp. Yeah.
It's just silent.
Well, anyway, welcome to the Fortnightly Frontier. I
Welcome.
sound like an old-timey circus announcer for some reason. I am Darionator. Over there is Meyer, and between us, hello, Rowena Dulli.
Rowena Dulli. People are going to actually think I'm called Rowena, don't they?
Because you are the voice of
Things.
Yes.
Yes.
Rowena Dulli.
It's good to meet you. Sorry.
Hey,
No,
it's nice to meet
really-
you. People used to say that at school as a joke. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to do it. I was like... But
Of course you didn't mean to do it.
I really didn't. I told myself I wasn't going to do it, and it slipped. Anyway, welcome. It's good to see you. And
nice to have you on the show.
nice to have you on the show. Exactly. Yeah. So for those who don't know who you are, Anna. So Anna is a voice actor, and she's done a lot of really cool things for Star Citizen. But Anna, before we start, could you tell everybody about yourself?
In relation to Star Citizen or as a human being?
Whatever fits. Whatever you
In
want.
the beginning, the universe was created. Start back
In
over then.
1993, my mother gave birth to me in Crewe in a hospital. Hopefully, I think it went well from my memory, because I'm here now. No, yeah, I'm an actor, a voice actor. The voice acting came afterwards, and that seems to be actually the thing I've done the most of in my whole career. So that seems to be more kind of where my groove is actually landing at the moment. And I'm not mad about it at all. I love it because video games have been a massive part of my life since I was about 13. I never realized that my job could actually blend into that world. So I'm more than happy that they are doing that. But yeah, Star Citizen is the first kind of game that people have kind of been aware of me in, I suppose. It has probably the biggest fan base of a game that I've done so far. I've got a couple of games coming out soon, but I can't talk about those. But
NDA.
so far, yeah, Star Citizen is the one that everyone went, oh, we love that game, therefore we love you. So that's been really, really lovely to have been welcomed into this community. And yeah, I'm the voice of the Microtech, Hologram, New Babbage, and Rowena Dulli in the Xenothreat missions. And more. I have done more work for them since, and that will be uploaded soon.
That's awesome.
A couple of others, I think. Weren't you also the... Excuse me, there's a thunderstorm going outside my window, so
I really can't hear
every
it,
once in a while... Damn it, now I'm going to have to dub that in. Aren't you also the voice of, as I was trying to say, the announcer lady at Port Olisar? Something about
the only
very first
announcery
one?
stuff that I've done is been for Microtech.
Oh, okay.
So like getting on and off the trains at Microtech, when you're walking around Microtech, all of that is still the only work. The only work that I've done is from New Babbage. Yeah, it's all New Babbage orientated.
Yeah, no, because
unless they've taken my voice and maybe put it onto something.
Oh no, that would have been much older.
It would have been 2014, 2015.
Oh no.
Okay.
But yeah, it's really cool to have you on the show. So like you said that you've done voice acting. Oh, thank you so much for agreeing to come on. We actually have some.
It's fine.
But like, so you mentioned you've done some voices for Star Citizen. So in the game industry in general, or like just voiceover as a whole, what other things have you done before, like getting into Star Citizen, and that kind of thing?
So I graduated from drama school 2016. I was very, very lucky, and I got the lead in a feature film straight away within about 5 months.
Oh,
so
wow.
I went and filmed that, and that was on Netflix for about 4 years. It got taken off about a month ago, which is crazy. But we had a good 4-year run on Netflix, and it's on Amazon Prime and stuff like that. Did another film after that for WWE. If anyone's a wrestling nerd, I did Marine 6 Close Quarters, not Close Encounters. That's an alien film.
But you wrestled, or you did voiceover for it?
No, I was the actor in that, just a regular actor.
Okay.
That was before I'd done any voice work at all. So I did 2 movies in 1 year, and then after that, the voice stuff just started becoming more prominent. Really, did a few short films and stuff like that, and then voice started making sense. But it's funny because I always knew that my voice could probably be used in. It's quite a useful voice, I guess. The way that it for my age group and for video games, it kind of makes sense because often you need kind of like military sounding, clear cut English accents for a lot of things like that. So I thought probably at some point that would probably come across my way. I just didn't realize how much. And yeah, so then it's just kind of happened from there. I did a small indie called Once Upon a Crime in the West. And then after that the first one was Bravo Team for PSVR, the PlayStation VR game Bravo Team.
Okay.
And then a few little baby ones for like indie PC games. And then Star Citizen came along out of nowhere, and I thought I completely messed up the audition because it was a humiliating audition. And I didn't. They offered me 2 parts, and then here I am.
That's awesome. Are you able to tell us about this humiliating audition, or is it...
Oh my God, yeah, it was just, I think when it comes to voice stuff like that, they just want to hear what you sound like. So they were seeing loads of people were going in and out every few minutes. They just gave you a piece of paper and said, read this monologue to the camera in English and also read it in American. And then they just wanted me to run around the room shouting commands. And I was literally running around a very small room shouting like, get down, soldier, or whatever. I can't remember what it was, but it was just like shouting commandery sounds from a sheet of paper to about 5 people that looked like they wanted me to leave already. So I was emotionally blocking it out before I left the room. No one was smiling. No one was chatty. It was silent in the room, and I was just running around leaping and shouting. It was horrific. And I finished.
Probably means they were very into it, paying close attention.
I think they just.
To everything.
I probably was maybe the 100th person they'd seen, because it is just like that. It's just pick someone, go in, and they just hear you. They decide within 5 seconds, etc. Leave. So in, out, and then I finished, and she was like, all right, cheers, bye. And I just left, and I thought, okay. And I remember leaving an emotion that completely forgot it. I immediately forgot that I'd done it afterwards on purpose, and I just carried on and went home.
You just dissociated, okay, that happened.
Yeah, totally. Like some auditions, you have a really good time, and they're really memorable experience, even if they're not something that you get. But some of them are so embarrassing, and you feel so silly. And you also feel like such a minute number in the grand scheme of this career that I'm in. Sometimes it does make you feel very small. Sometimes it's great and you love being it, and sometimes you're like, wow, I'm literally like 1 in a million. And that's what that day made me feel like. And I was like, okay, forgetting about that. And then a week later, my agent was like, they're going to give you a couple of parts if that's all right. It's full mocap. And I was like, yes. Yes, please.
That's amazing.
And that was my full time doing full mocap.
So I'm sure Maya will also be very interested in this sort of tidbit, but how do you actually land an audition like this? Because, Maya being a fledgling voiceover artist as well, so...
See, I get this question a lot, but it's just through having an agent. So like my agent gets me the audition and I go. It's kind of like, it's quite difficult to do that without someone representing you. But I do know in America, people have been telling me that there's like websites and stuff that you can upload your voice to and stuff. I don't see that so much in the UK, but maybe in America that is something that's a little bit more possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's about maybe 25 specific voice agents that are specifically for your voice. My agent actually just has a voice department as my general agent. So I have my agency, and they have a film and TV department, they have a voice department, and they have a video game department and a commercial department. So I'll hear from all of them throughout the months depending on what comes up. So yeah, the voice department just started expanding, and then suddenly video games were a thing that I was able to audition for. And she was like, I don't know if you're into games and stuff, but you can audition for this if you want next week. And I was like, yeah. And then, so yeah, that was just kind of, I was very lucky in that regard, I guess. But going from nothing straight into voice work, you're probably looking more at a voice agency that's specifically dedicated to that.
Yeah.
And a voice reel is where you need to start with. And that's where you get all your, like an example of all of your voice in one place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah.
Definitely getting an agent is, for anybody listening who wants to get into voiceover work, is the first thing that you kind of need to do. Otherwise, it is an uphill battle.
Doggy dog world.
Oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, like I guess with Star Citizen, you said you've been a gamer since you were 13. So what kind of games have you been playing and stuff like that? You know, like what led you to where you are right now? You know, like in the game kind of sphere of things.
So I played Tomb Raider since it was out on PlayStation 2. I never actually played any of the PS1. When I played PS1, it was more Crash Team Racing, Spider-Man type situation on PS1. Right. And then when Lara Croft became a thing, especially at the time, there wasn't a huge amount of female-led games out there, to be honest. Lara Croft was really big for someone like me, being like, oh, I can play as a girl? That's amazing. And so, yeah, Tomb Raider was huge. And I played all of those, completely loved that. The really challenging puzzles, but also the shooting and the exploring and all of that was just so fantastic. And then when I got a bit older, weirdly, Just Cause was the game that made me flip into full-on gamer mode, because I think it had the elements of Grand Theft Auto, but with an actual story that wasn't just kind of meaningless murder and gangsters and violence and stuff like that. It was actually about like revolution, and the exteriors were so beautiful, and you could use any vehicle. I remember seeing the TV advert, and the advertised thing was there was 52 unique vehicles that you could get into at any time, whether that was a plane, a boat, you know, a car, a motorbike, anything. And I thought, that is insane. And at the time, that was kind of very unusual for a game to be like, here's a space, you can do anything and go anywhere and drive anything. And then I was like, okay, I need that. And then I asked for that for Christmas. And then I kind of just became obsessed with video games, and I just played them every day. I've played so many now, so many. But yeah, predominantly console, and I have been a console gamer for about 12 years until Star Citizen, and here I am with a PC. Thank you to everyone that contributed to that.
You didn't actually know about Star Citizen until after you auditioned for it, did you?
Not at all, no.
You thought it was another indie game, did you?
I didn't know whether it was indie, but I think PC just felt like a whole different world to me. If someone was like, have you played this? I'd be like, oh, is it console or PC? And if it was PC, I would have never have heard of it.
Right.
I just wouldn't have done. I just, obviously, you know, a AAA game comes out for PlayStation, I would know what that was.
Yeah.
A big game for PC, it almost doesn't even have the same coverage. The circles are even different. The people that play console and PC are often completely separate groups of people. So I just wouldn't. Yeah, I never ever heard it. And then I googled it, and obviously it's like one of the biggest crowdfunders in the world. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not counting cryptocurrencies, which, you know, fluctuate wildly every day. It is the biggest crowdfunding campaign ever. Still
$300 million, yeah.
370 by now, I think.
Something crazy like that. But yeah, with the game Star Citizen, it's like not a secret, but at the same time, it's not like actively marketed like in the same way other games are. And so you either know a lot about it or you know nothing about it. It's a very interesting kind of thing like that.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a Marmite sandwich.
You what?
It's a Marmite sandwich in terms of video games.
In terms of liking it or hating it? Or
yeah, that as well.
Okay.
Anyway.
I was like, does the bread have a relevance? Or?
Yeah, I was like...
The community is the bread.
I see.
I didn't get much sleep. I'm sorry. But so how one of the main reasons why I asked you to come on the show is your starting experience with Star Citizen. You are a gamer, like you said, but nothing on PC before.
Nothing.
And also, you started as being a character in the game before you actually played the game. What is that like?
As in coming into a game and then being like, oh, that's me.
Yes.
I really wish I hadn't Googled, like I was just Googling people exploring New Babbage. So I saw myself before I got to meet myself, like organically. I wish I hadn't done that because I never thought I would play it. I never had a PC, so why would I? You know, I just thought it would be something that I would have to Google. Almost, yeah. So other than Bravo Team, which I obviously played straight away, and it was really funny hearing myself telling myself what to do. Because I'm the lead voice in that, and it's kind of like that. My voice takes you around the whole story, so that was very, very weird. But with PC, I was used to Googling people playing it, seeing it, and being like, oh, that's cool, you know, clipping a bit of it, maybe putting it on my Instagram and being like, anyone that plays PC, I'm in this, you know. But so I had already Googled, you know, New Babbage and just trying to find people talking to the hologram. Because she didn't have a character name either, so I didn't know what to do. So I was just watching endless streams of people walking around Microtech. And then Board Gamer, I came across a video on Board Gamer, and he was chatting to me in the video, and he spoke to me for a few seconds, and then at the end he just went, terrifying. And I thought, that is so brilliant. It was priceless. And I clipped it and I put it on Twitter, and he was like, he found the tweet basically and was like, hey, I'm so, you know, no offense, yeah, great work, etc. And then we kind of had a joke about it. He retweeted it. And then I think more people became aware that that was me because of Board Gamer. And then, yeah, so it was less of a shock, basically, long story short, coming across myself, because I had seen it on YouTube, but actually seeing her, I've always wanted to play a robot. I think something about a hologram and a robot is very cool compared to a human being. That's not something that I will ever get a chance to do in kind of any other context other than a video game. So it was really cool to be like, oh, wow. I'm not human. That was really cool. And the fact that I believed myself as well, she genuinely did feel machine-like to me, which is what I wanted to achieve. So I was happy that I thought that I did that. So yeah, it was great. It was just so much fun to see her. It's my most watched clip, I think, on stream. If I go to my Twitch channel clips, the most watched is everyone wanting to see her.
I was gonna ask, yeah, you stream, right? So, what's your stream handle? Maybe we can get that into chat so people can.
It's just my full name, yeah. I think because I'm an actor, and I wonder if it probably will be less likely for people to find who I am, I guess, if I don't have it. So it's just Anna Demetriou.
Okay, perfect.
I think it's 2 underscores between.
It is on Twitter,
names.
Not on anything else.
Okay, right.
Someone else's has got Anna Demetriou on Twitter. So rude. But yes, I've been streaming Star Citizen every Tuesday and learning a lot in the process, but had some fun collabs with Cobra TV and Captain Burks. Also, wearing my Cobra TV hoodie that arrived today.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Repping the team.
Rep.
Because they literally, I wouldn't have the PC, I wouldn't have any of the community that I have without Cobra. He really has helped me with that. It was amazing. But yeah, and hopefully collabing with Morphologists at some point as well next month. That'd be cool.
Oh,
that'd be
epic!
really cool.
I wonder if he can like snag you to do like one of the to reprise your Lady Babbage role, I suppose, like for one of his things, you know.
I know. Every single player of Star Citizen has a different way of playing it and different parts that they enjoy and different methods that they have of playing. So it's really interesting playing with big streamers that are used to playing it on such a regular basis, because they all have their different ways of appreciating different things. So and teaching me different things. So yeah, it's been really, really fun.
Have you played on your own yet? Like completely on your own?
Yes, a little bit. I mean, the second I start streaming Star Citizen, there's like immediately 160 people watching me, and I think whilst I'm trying to build my Twitch channel, it feels like a waste to not play and not have people helping me there.
Yeah, at some point you start feeling guilty, really. Like if you start playing games.
If I was playing, occasionally I've been wandering around. Like for example, I know people are going to get sassy in the chat, but I'm because I've been a console gamer for so long, mouse and keyboard is something that really doesn't work for me. I tried for about 5 weeks, and it was okay, but I really I can't enjoy it as much as I would if I was with a controller. So I bought the Xbox Elite Series 2 and I was configuring that, and so I'm enjoying it a lot more now that I've got the controller. But yeah, I was just playing by myself, just trying to jump around and fly and etc. And immediately, obviously, everyone that I'm friends with on the game just found me straight away. There's suddenly like a little pack. And I was like, guys, I'm not playing for proper. I'm just trying to jump. But yeah, I do
those
need
kind
to
of test streams are amazing. They're the best, the most organic, because when you don't plan to do anything. Basically,
yes.
I'm just gonna go figure out which controls feel best, and all of a sudden you got 150 people watching, and you're off to do crime and end up in Clasher and stuff like that.
Suddenly I was in prison. Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, I do. There's definitely a time where I just want to be able to sit and see. But I wonder what I would do probably if I was by myself, would be wandering around and asking, probably, texting Gal, my mod, questions about where to go, which is all something I would do on stream anyway. So I think it's almost helping me doing it with everyone there, because everyone's letting me know what we know. That doesn't do that, this breaks, etc. And there's backseat gaming, which pisses me off, but this is not, that's not what Star Citizen does. A lot of the time it's actually more kind of like just teaching me how it works, because there's so much to learn. Yeah, it's not like I'm playing, if I start playing a PlayStation game and they're like, not in there, go left, do that, so I will start getting frustrated. Yeah. But on Star Citizen it's more like, you can do that if you want, or you can try, sometimes you can do this with this, and you can use that to do this, and that's actually just teaching me and helping me learn, so it's a bit different.
I guess it's because go on.
Yeah, the difficulty curve, the learning curve is very steep when it comes to Star Citizen, just because
there's
it
no
wants to be.
Yeah, you get in the
there's
game.
No explanation, and it wants to be every game ever. So like the list of controls is like 10 times longer than all the console games combined at this point.
The controls were the thing that is it's still like what you sit in your ship, for example, and there's 15 different things you can press. Any other game, you just get off the ground and you start flying. And in Star Citizen, it's like there's the turret, you can turn this on, you can turn this off, you can rise, tilt, all this stuff. Which it's been a really big learning curve control wise, for sure. I think biggest for me, yeah.
So
go
on.
Go for it.
Are you familiar with RP streaming?
Define RP as in roleplay.
Yeah, as in roleplay. So like you assume a character that you kind of like make up in the back of your mind, and you play the game as if you were playing as that character. So
oh my God.
You interact.
That makes a lot of sense as well, because there isn't a linear storyline in Star Citizen, so you would create your own in that
Exactly.
regard.
Yeah. So there are games out there like Grand Theft Auto 5 and stuff that do have RP servers and stuff. But there's been a bit of a resurgence of RP within Star Citizen, like people doing improv and stuff, and like just being their character. Because once you've played the game for a bit, and you've done everything, then it becomes a bit samey. But the moment you kind of assume a character, and you have a group, and all right, on my 6, let's do this, that, then it all of a sudden kind of becomes something else.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why I really want to make sure I'm only streaming it once a week, because I think it's still exciting if I leave it that long between streams. If I was doing it 3 times a week, just for the sake of the numbers or whatever, then I think it will actually become less exciting. And then every single Tuesday, everyone bundles in and we just go, okay, what on earth can we do today? And that's something that's really refreshing about it, rather than exhausting it.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for Orison and everything else that's coming out. It looks stunning. So I think that's going to be really, really exciting. And I know everyone's very thirsty for that as well. So that's really cool.
Soon.
So I was going to say before is that when it comes to first player experiences, you had quite an easygoing task with everybody lending a hand and not being able to actually get lost or stuck on something and feel like you're not getting anywhere with the game, and it feeling like it's just too much.
Are you saying, did I feel that's helped me?
Yeah.
Like having everyone, or you mean coming into the game in 2021?
Oh, both. Well, no, with everyone helping you out, do you think like that was beneficial instead of trying to figure everything out on your own?
That's a good question. It's a very good question, I think, because the only time that I'm extremely patient is with video games, because I think you have to be sometimes. To call yourself a gamer and be impatient is actually almost, they don't go together. You can't start a game and, be hitting your head against the wall, I can't do it, and then quit. And that's what I think. Sometimes I play video games with my friends that aren't gamers, and they're like, oh, they die, and then think that that's the time to turn it off. And it's not. It's about perseverance. So I probably would have been sat there trying to work it out for a long time. And I probably would have maybe understood by myself 75% of what I know now, but there's just an extra bit that I can't know unless someone's been playing it for, 3 years or something.
Yeah.
People have been playing this game for a long time.
Especially the bug workarounds, like the persistent
the bug
bugs.
workarounds. Yeah, so like the first time I was playing it, I was in a train at Microtech with Gal, and the door wouldn't open when it gets to the stop. And he was like, oh, this is going to happen. We'll never be able to get off the train. So we've just got to close the game now and restart. Obviously, who thinks to restart if the door's not opening? So because you'd think that, oh, it will open at the next one or whatever. So I wouldn't know that stuff. And the times an elevator turns into a black hole and things like that, I wouldn't know that would kill me. I would just probably be like, oh, do I keep going and then the elevator will appear? No.
Yeah, I think that's the nature of the game as it is right now, really, because it's still in alpha and it's not really out. There's a lot of about the game that is you kind of have to dig, or somebody else has done the digging for you. So I think that when you do play it from the perspective of a streamer, it really does kind of help you, because anything that would have passed you by that way is kind of just there for you, like in a really cool way, I feel. So I
for sure.
Yeah, so I think that you're kind of getting the best experience, as it were, for Star Citizen, in my opinion.
Totally, and I think because it is a crowdfunder, it has a community that no other game that I'm aware of can possibly have a community, because everything else you just get handed a disc and everyone plays it, and the community is based off liking it or not liking it, not due to the fact that everyone has helped building it. Nobody else has a hand in building a PS4 game or a PS5 game. It just, you buy it once and there you go. This is something that has been built over a bunch of people, millions of people, over a long time, so everyone is very familiar and almost is like a family. So coming into that has been a whole new different kind of experience in the best way.
Yeah. I would say the community of Star Citizen is kind of different in general from like the communities of other games. Even before, we had doors not opening on trains in Microtech and stuff. Like we've had massive community engagement in Star Citizen. We've had things called bar citizens for as long as the game has been, existed.
Someone's linked me to that Discord straight away.
I mean, like I don't. There isn't a single other game out there that I know does things as frequently like that and on a global scale. It's something just crazy.
Exactly.
To kind of bring the discussion back to your voiceover work, so with I suppose Rowena Dulli, or in fact let's start with the Microtech VI like a hologram that you did. What was it like? I mean, so you said it was mocapped and all that stuff. Can you like walk us through what happened and how, I guess the process of capturing those characters?
Good point. So I didn't think that a hologram would be mocap because she doesn't move. But it was. So, it was filmed. I literally can't remember when. It was a long time ago, actually, when that actually happened. Probably 3 years ago, maybe now. When that was actually done. But it wasn't in London. So I got a train to another place. They put me up in a hotel. And then in the morning, was driven over to the mocap studio and put myself in a mocap suit. And honestly, the fact that I've done motion capture is more exciting to me than maybe any other part of the job, because I'm so happy to just talk into a microphone. I can do that at any time. I'm lucky. I'm just grateful that someone, pays me for it. But in terms of mocap, that's something that I'd sat and watched on YouTube for hours. The making of Beyond Two Souls, for example, was something I got really obsessed with, because that was quite unique when that came out. And you've got Elliot Page now with all the dots on his face, and Willem Dafoe and all of that. It was just like, it was like, this is insane. It's like you're acting for real, except they're just transferring that into a video game. It was so groundbreaking. And so the idea that I could look at myself in the mirror and I looked like that from all those videos was just like, what? I could die happy. I could literally die happy at that moment. So yeah, but it was an 8-hour day. We did it all in one day. About 8 till... Oh yeah, from 8 in the morning, and I don't function very well in the morning. But for motion capture, I will wake up at any time. And it was just basically me rooted to one spot. I wasn't allowed to move my feet, but they said, even though the hologram is a robot, we still want her to feel quite natural. So if you can still move your shoulders and your upper body and keep it quite friendly and just how you would behave if you wanted to, if you wanted to do a hand gesture, that's fine. So there's a bit at the end sometimes when you're done talking to Miss Babbage and she leans forward and goes, "Can I help you with anything else?" And that little like arm movement, I remember doing that, which is funny because that wouldn't be there if I hadn't decided to do that on the day. It's quite funny.
And the little dance she does every once in a while, is that you as well?
What?
As in, like, she doesn't do a can-can, no. But she sways.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Oh, I think that must have been me. Yeah, they must have. I think they did say do some random. Yeah, that must have been me. Mm-hmm. But it was so long ago. But yeah, it must have. And then with Rowena Dulli, they had like it was something, because obviously she's like organizing and directing you from like a technical hub with screens and stuff. I had to pretend that I had a laptop, so they gave me like a wooden stand, and I was pretending to type on that stand.
I love it.
But also referencing, a screen that
not
didn't
even
exist.
a real laptop.
Yeah, I love it. Like
no,
they paid to move you over to like the Imaginarium, but they wouldn't actually give you a prop laptop. Here's some wood. That's amazing. So,
here's a piece of wood.
Yeah.
Gigantor. Sorry, just quickly. Of course I did. I fully paid like a normal job. My agent would have never let me do anything for free of that scale. So no, don't worry. Yeah, they pay me very properly. They're a great bunch. But yeah. So doing the mocap was just so much fun, and they gave me a good photo at the end, which is actually in the about section of my Twitch channel. I thought it would be fun to pop it there. So if anyone wants to see that picture of the mocap suit, is there with my little headset. I had a great time. It was just I just didn't want it to finish, to be honest, even though I was exhausted. Awesome. It was a lot harder than I thought as well.
So with the Rowena one, were you seated all the time, or were you standing for that?
Nothing was seated. I didn't seat for anything. Actually.
All right.
Yeah, all stood.
Right. It's like a modern standing desk, probably one of those IKEA ones that rises on a motor.
Yeah, they definitely said this is from IKEA. No.
Space IKEA.
Yeah, it's still around in 30th century.
You've got a light shining in your face, directly in front of your face the whole time, because they need to obviously capture your facial expressions. So reading off the teleprompter at the same time as having a light shining directly into your retinas for 8 hours was so difficult. And that's something that I didn't think of. You just think you would just do it in a suit and act and read and it's fine.
Yeah.
But there is a light shining in the middle of your eyes for 8 hours. And I had the ability to turn it off between takes and stuff. But you just start seeing blind spots, and it was hard. Yeah, it was hard.
I wonder when they're going to switch over to like maybe infrared or ultraviolet light, so then they have like specially reflective pigment, because they have to draw lines on your face, and that's basically what they're tracking for the facial animations. But I'm sure they could do something that's outside the visible spectrum and still have the same image without blinding the talent for 8 hours a day,
Infrared seems completely plausible to me, so that
But they already use that for actual body capture.
Yeah.
They could, but where's the fun in that?
Yes, yes.
Blind them for fun.
Exactly.
BioNuke says X-ray. Yeah, why don't they just X-ray me, for God's sake? How dare they not X-ray me?
So of the two, what was your favorite
in 20
one?
years, you'll know who was the most prominent voice actor or mocap actor back in the day, because they all can't see anymore.
That's right.
No one can see. Everyone's blind. Everyone's blind. Sorry, Maya, did you say something?
Oh, no, I was just I was asking. So of the new Babbage VI and of Rowena Dulli or Dulli, sorry, I keep doing it. Dulli, which one's your favorite?
Oh, Miss Babbage, I can't. There's nothing. There's just in terms of like heart to heart connection. I just love her, and I think I received more love from being her than I did Rowena Dulli, because if anything, everyone was like, Rowena Dulli scares me. She's really angry with me all the time.
She's really authoritative, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because that's the motion capture that I was able to ask the studio for, therefore put on YouTube and Twitter, therefore has everybody, following me now. That's the only, having clearance to post that clip is the only way that people would have known who I was. So grateful to Rowena Dulli for everybody here with the community. However, Miss Babbage is still, I think, the one that everyone has like an emotional connection to, because it was the first time that was probably that kind of image in the game. There was, a lot of the time it's a lot of voice work and you hear like people over the tannoys, but coming to a new upload in Star Citizen and then seeing her, I think people have a different connection to that because it was exciting when they finally landed at New Babbage and she was there to tell you, and she felt quite human, and people were sending me pictures of themselves meeting her and giving me with a thumbs up, and it was, someone said that it was like a pilgrimage every time they go to go to New Babbage, they pop by, see her and ask her a joke and stuff, and I think it becomes part of people's routines. So yeah, I think I'm more attached to her for that reason. Rowena Dulli is just very angry and sassy the whole time.
And there's two of you when it comes to Miss Babbage, so there's that.
As in like me everywhere. There's loads of them, isn't there? Like 3?
There's one at the spaceport, and there's one at the promenade when you go to the bar.
Yeah.
Is there more?
I don't think so.
I feel like the chat might know. I feel like there was a few of them, but maybe I'm wrong.
Chat
I was running around.
Knows,
I was walking around New Babbage trying to work out where she was, and Gal kept being like, not there yet, because we wanted to try and explore without meeting me first. We just wanted to have a look at everything, and he was like, you can't go that way, you can't go that way.
Well, then again, when you were Rowena Dulli, you played on every screen in the system when you were sending out your reports.
That is true.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is more of a... Is it a technical, but more of a how do you feel that CIG has translated your performance into the game when you watch the characters perform? Does it feel like you're watching yourself, or is it more removed from that?
I think the only one I've been able to see in action in that sense was Miss Babbage, because I came to the game after Xenothreat, so I didn't get to even play or hear Rowena say or do anything. I just saw like occasional clips of people in the background, like she talks over a lot of shooting of an Idris. So like, but seeing the it is funny, isn't it? It does feel removed. I think it does feel removed. I'm not listening to Miss Babbage going, oh, I remember being in that mocap room. A lot of the time I'm just listening to it as part of a video game, which is good in a way, because as a gamer you'd hope that wouldn't be it wouldn't take, you don't want to ruin a game for yourself.
Take you from the experience.
Yeah, like I'm absolutely obsessed, for example, with The Last of Us Part 2, and I watched so many interviews with the actors there, and because a lot of them are huge fans of Last of Us, the first one, and imagine coming to a game and having the second one completely ruined for you because you're in it.
Yeah.
I wonder if that happens, and I think it must be a different thing hearing yourself whilst you want to really get emotionally involved with something. But I think it's easier to feel removed when it is just a hologram and it's not something emotionally foreboding. Who knows? Yeah. The other characters that I've done since have been more story-based, so maybe it'll feel different.
Oh, you will be able to see Rowena again when Xenothreat returns. As it has been announced, there probably won't be a lore reason why it's coming back. It's probably just, okay, we learned what we did wrong.
We thought they were dead, and
the first time
dead.
around. Or could be, yeah, maybe that's why we didn't get any rewards, because they just buggered off and we didn't actually kill them.
You didn't get a reward?
No.
What?
Well, I mean, this is kind of the reward, I think, but it's just on our channel, so.
I am the reward. They're like, okay, in response, you can have Anna Demetriou playing Star Citizen. Badly, very badly.
Hey, I watched you play the first time, and it took you quite a long time to crash for the very first time.
The first crash that I did was because I had cruise control toggled, and I didn't know that I had cruise control on. So I was there, just trying to slow down, trying to land, and the ship was in full swing.
I still do that.
So it's the freaking... I'm never going to cruise control ever again. I need to do it all manual, because I just forget that it's on, and there I am smashing into a planet.
Yeah.
Classic. Actually, no, arguably, Darj, the first time I died, even though it's not a crash, was when I just walked out of the airlock
without a helmet.
In the 890. Is it the 890?
It was the 890, yeah.
Yeah. Just walked out of an
just
airlock.
fell out.
I thought it was a door, and I just opened it, and I thought, what a lovely window, and just fell out and died. There is also a clip of that. It's very funny.
So I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell us because, NDAs and stuff. So are there any other Star Citizen things for you on the horizon, or?
I don't know what I'm allowed to say really, or also whether they would mind, because it is such a community-based thing, isn't it? And it also, there's no, them suggesting this, possibilities is not a yes or a no, is it really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they did say that they're watching my videos on YouTube, and they've seen the fact that the community is engaging with me and that they found me, and they're really excited by that. They said that my videos have been circulating around the office, which is so funny.
That's
to
really
me.
cool.
So the video of me receiving the PC and thanking everybody on YouTube, I'm so glad that reached as many people as it did, because I really wanted to be as grateful as I could be to everybody. And they said that they watched that. When I was the last time I was in the recording studio, they said we've been watching. And obviously I did a big stream with Cobra at that time. There was 500 people watching that, including Star Citizen was watching that, and Xylo came into that. And they tweeted it as well. So they've seen that what's happening, and I think they've seen that people are, enjoying knowing that I'm here and I'm playing it. So they said to me, if people like you this much, they said there's something we can, there's things we can do with that, which is that's what's that they did say that to me.
That's really cool.
Without, there's a few things probably I can't say, but that's something that was really nice to hear, and I think that they are aware that it's worth bringing me back. So and it's crazy that that's all down to you guys and that engagement. So you guys are kind of helping me continue working. So that's amazing.
Yeah, hope to see more of you in Star Citizen for sure.
Yeah, I'm having such a good time on it all, honestly.
So
best bunch.
Yeah, I mean, totally not biased at all.
There's nothing in Squadron 42 though, or can you not even say that?
I personally have not had any involvement in Squadron 42. No one's mentioned anything to me about that at all. But when I bought the game at the beginning, I bought both, so I'm ready to play it whenever it happens.
Mm-hmm. Are you, well, knowing you that we've at least interacted before, so I know that you're more into story-driven based games. Are you more interested in Squadron 42 as a story-based narrative, than Star Citizen as the MMO? Yeah.
I think if you can have the graphics, the kind of environments of Star Citizen, which is all the things that I'm enjoying the most about it now, is being able to just start flying and see such a gorgeous environment and how it's designed and all of that, on top of having a story, then I'm sold. So sold. So yeah, I really, really, really look forward to that. I really hope that it's executed in the way that everybody expects it to be, and I look forward to that a lot. Is there any kind of estimate on that at all? I don't know.
Squadron 42? Not really.
Yeah. Answer the call, 2016. Yeah.
Soon. Soon. We have a question in chat. That's a really interesting one actually, because I suppose it's again just within the Star Citizen community, because again, you either know about SC or you don't. But the question goes, does it tickle you that you are among the ranks, as it were, of Mark Strong, Mark Hamill, Henry Cavill, as being, part of the Star Citizen community? As in, whenever anybody thinks about this game, there are those names, but also you, your face, your voice are now part of that in almost, I would say, pretty much exactly equal, light.
Equal light, really? That's incredible. It's funny because I don't see myself in that ranking at all, because I feel like they've got more of a spotlight on them, and I do feel like sometimes the things that I've done are more kind of background characters, which is why I think I've been so humbled and flattered to see how much everyone loves Miss Babbage. On my Discord, there's a pilgrimage page where people can post photos with her, but everyone just seems to love her, and she seems to represent something that I didn't realize when I was doing it. But it is definitely crazy knowing that you've done something with those names, isn't it? I think it just would be. It just 100% would be.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize Citizen Con was a thing. That would be so cool to show up at that. Maybe if I can
full cosplay,
full Miss Babbage outfit.
I would 100%. If they asked me to come, I would so love to come, and I would so make sure that there was some kind of outfit I could try and replicate that. Get the tie and everything.
Yeah, I know that one CitizenCon, I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, they had a costumer in and they had people dressed up as like, different characters from the universe. So it's not out of the question, like,
No.
yeah, that'd be really cool.
It was in Austin, and they had it was set up as sort of like a proper con floor for the manufacturers, and every manufacturer had a booth, and they hired actors and put them in costumes to try to sell you ships as if this was an actual in-verse sales floor.
Yeah, it was like a Disney World sales floor. It was amazing. It was the best.
I can't believe that am I right that the year before the pandemic it was in Manchester, which is something that I can literally get to in a bloody couple of hours, and then knowing me, it's probably going to be in like the furthest place possible next year. I know it.
Yeah.
I feel it in my hands. It's going to be in Russia.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
Russia.
in 2020 it was supposed to be in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And 2021 Frankfurt. Yeah. So if they continue the cadence without breakage, so the next one will be in Austin in 2022, and then Manchester back in 2023.
But we actually don't know anymore.
Go now.
Yes, maybe the two they missed will just say, all right, those years didn't happen, so we'll just continue the pattern from where it was supposed to continue.
Well, I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be really cool. I'm looking forward to it so much. I mean, like, it's not even confirmed, but yes, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Would you want to go? Would you want to go in an official capacity as an actual hologram Miss Babbage, or as a fan cosplaying as Miss Babbage?
Ooh. So I went to Manchester Comic-Con as an actor for the Viking movie that I did, and that was actually just. I mean, I can't say that wasn't fun because I got the gold wristband, so I could go anywhere and do anything. Mm-hmm. And I could go as, you can almost go as both, because I did my interview, I did the panel, and then you can also just go around. And I just bought a pillow. You know that Japanese cartoon of the lazy egg. Is it called Gutama or something? Anyway, I'm obsessed with that. There was a big pillow, and I bought that. Wandered around. I had a great time. Got a burger. And so, I mean, if I could go in an official capacity and Star Citizen, get me a flight or something, and I showed up, it would be so much fun. And then also, hopefully afterwards, you could just wander around and be a regular capacity at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm never going to say no to that. Ever.
Get poked by a fan, ask for a joke, and you only have the 3 jokes.
Did
no
you
new
record
ones. No new material.
Jokes,
it's not canon.
Yeah. Did you record any more jokes, or was it only the 3, or can you not say?
Oh, guys, I wish I could remember, but I think it was the 3. I remember that it was right at the end. They said there's going to be just some jokes. We don't know whether we're going to put them in or not, but just record them just for safety.
Right.
So I recorded them. I obviously had no idea why they were funny or what the punchlines even meant, because I didn't understand the world. So I was just saying them in a way that I hoped sounded funny, but I still wouldn't understand why they were funny.
They're not. But do you at least understand the context now?
Yeah, so Moby Gas as a punchline, didn't understand what the Moby Glass was or anything like that. So just having not played it, none of that made sense. But they said just say this. They just said say the punchline like it's a punchline. So I did, and hopefully that worked out.
I mean, what's funny is that you're playing like this soulless robot. So like you not necessarily knowing what's funny, but knowing it's a joke actually, I think, sells it even more. It was great.
Oh, yeah. Right. That is a good point. It helps sell it. Yeah, you don't have to try as much to be like Data during his...
The first time that I was hearing those jokes, the first time I saw Miss Babbage was on... There's like some kind of conference. There was a big audience and they were playing her up on the screen. I don't remember what kind of event that was or why that was happening, but they were like, this is our Microtech hologram, and they talked about it, and there was a big room full of people, and it was on a massive, ridiculous, huge screen.
Yeah, that was the Manchester CitizenCon. Yeah.
Oh, was that CitizenCon? There we go. That's crazy. But yeah, and she was wearing a dress at that point, and then they changed it to her wearing this little suit.
Yeah, there is a commercial for the 890 where it's basically a bunch of socialites gathering, and they at one point they listen to an aria performed by this woman, and then they used that exact character's clothes for the initial implementation of Ms. Babbage in videos. But when we actually got her in game, you got the white suit.
That's so funny. Wow.
So
Oh,
we
a
initially
board game
thought
that
there
must
was
have been
some
playing a different version
connection between the opera singer and you or Miss Babbage, but I guess it's just they didn't have the outfit ready at that point.
I much prefer. I do like the little tie, so that's something that I'm more likely to try and recreate than that weird concertina dress.
True. So,
hey, Infidel dog. Hey.
Yeah. So, Anna, do you have anything coming up? So, besides Star Citizen, of course, do you have anything coming up in the works that you want to let people know about?
Oh, I just wish that I could. And there's three things coming out in the next 2 years that I'm really excited about. Just can't talk about. 2 of them are very big video games, and the third is an audiobook and for Audible, which is really, really cool.
Nice.
So yeah, I look forward to. I can't wait to be able to share these things, but just for safety, I will just keep a wrap on the title. But I'm very excited, and yeah, in the meantime, I also sing as well, so I've got an album coming out as soon as possible. I've got another single coming out in the next few months, so that's really, really cool.
Okay, what style? What genre?
It's a good question. What on earth is my genre? God, I don't know. Probably like a pop indie situation where it's kind of slow but has pop elements. I don't know. It's a weird one. I wish I had a genre. Me and my producer were trying to, because to upload songs you have to put it into a category. And we were like, what is this category? We don't really know. But it's been really sweet, the gaming fans coming across the music, and someone sent me a video of them listening to my single whilst quantuming through Star Citizen.
That's awesome.
And it felt like Inception. It was just so sweet.
Let's just say it's Microtech Nouveau Pop.
Yes, there we go. Microtech Pop.
Oh. What? So as building the universe out in Star Citizen, have you thought about being a music, like, a talent, but like a what's the word? Help me, Meyer. Like an artist,
Yes.
musical artist inside the universe of Star Citizen, since you do have the chops.
Having songs in game.
Yes.
Oh my!
There is Gutter
constantly
Wash
trying to get
as
me to
like
do
this
that.
metal thrash punky metal band that you've probably seen posters and T-shirts of. And there's what's the band that does the Heartburn song?
I don't know if it has a name, but they literally just came up with another band. It's they just posted it on the Galactopedia. I forget their name, but they're based on sci-fi, and they came up with a whole new genre for it called S-pop. Which is like
S-pop, as in Star Citizen pop.
No, sci-fi pop. So it's like named after the planet sci-fi. It's like supposed to be like Japanese instruments with like nature sounds and stuff like that. As like a
that sounds like
genre.
Totally up my alley. I should definitely look into that.
Well,
I'd love to. It feels like a different section, doesn't it? It can be like, hi, I just did a character. Can you also take my song as well?
Exactly right.
I don't know how I would do that. But my producer is always like, you're doing all these games, could you get the songs into the games? That would be great exposure for the song. Can we please please email them? And I'm like, I would hate for them to feel like I was being cheeky in any way. But I would also, of course, love that. Is Babbage singing in your ship?
Yeah, I mean,
there should be a ship radio.
They should be. And as you're leaving the next mocap session, be like, here's my mixtape, just in case you like it.
Or just start singing as I leave, like, anyway. Oh, sorry, don't worry, that was just my new single, no stress. You can put it in the game if you want, but no worries. Anyway.
No, but that would be amazing. Like, especially we're getting Orson now, and they're just building out the universe more and more, and actual music as part of the culture has been missing so far. You get ambient music by the wonderful Pedro Camacho, and I guess at New Babbage in the club, you got that thing going on. That's club. Not
It's very Mass Effect bar, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
But we're kind of missing the sort of like the actual music from an artist, from a performer, from something with soul or character in it.
Well, they do it in movies all the time, don't they? They have like the actor or the actresses playing in the credits at the end.
Yeah.
One of their songs. Like, hilarious example for that for some reason came to my head is Spy Kids. They got
that's a blast from the past.
What is her name? Junie and Carmen Cortez. There we go. She was like singing for like Disney Channel when she was a kid, and then she was always singing the trailer song at the end. Why can Miss Babbage not play in your ship? Why not? In fact, I'll send them an email with that strongly worded example, and I'll send them a link to Spy Kids. And I'd be like,
if
please
Spy
see,
Kids could do it, we
please see
definitely
attached
should.
a copy of Spy Kids 2. Thank you.
the entire movie in an email attachment.
Please refer to 2 hours 36. That is Carmen Cortez. Thank you.
Signed, yours truly, Miss Babbage. Exclamation
Signed
mark.
me.
Signed me.
Yeah, yours duly.
Oh.
Yeah.
They love you guys a lot. They keep saying, I came in and I was like, hey guys on the cans, and I was saying you don't even know how much this game has changed my life and kind of changed my whole direction. Like streaming, for example, has not really been possible without this community, and it's just something that I've completely found like a happy place with, and I wouldn't be doing that without the game. It's all kind of like had a huge knock-on effect in my career and my work and how I spend my time. So I was just saying to them that thank you so much for that opportunity, and they were saying we've got the best fans in the world, and they really know how much you guys love it, and they really, really are working hard, and they take it really seriously.
That's
they
epic.
really do.
So Anna,
It's good to hear.
Yeah, we've had you here for quite a while. Is there anything else you would like to tell the community? If there's anything you could say,
other than a massive thank you to everyone who's completely embraced me and loved you guys have just been so sweet and so supportive and encouraging in a way that I couldn't even be beyond anything I could expect. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has ever watched anything or been a part of anything I've done since being in the game. I just want to say thank you, really. And I've probably got another 20 minutes if anyone has anything to ask, if I've missed anything, but I do. Yeah, thank you for having me, guys. I've had such a lovely afternoon. I have indeed.
Thank you once again for being here. It's been amazing. So what we normally do.
Glad we had.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I was gonna say what we.
We got a raid. We have a raid.
Oh, we do have a raid. Thank you so much for the raid, Fighter Phoenix. So before we finish our podcast, normally what we do is we ask our guests
if they want to watch Spy Kids.
Well, I mean, quick fire round questions.
Quick fire round questions. We could add a movie. We could add a question that says, "What's your favorite movie and why is it Spy Kids 2?"
Who's your favorite Spy Kid?
It's an exclusively Spy Kids themed questions at the end.
Of course. Yeah. Who's your favorite Spy Kid and why is it a Thum Thum?
I don't give a thumbs. Do you remember the thumbs?
Yes.
Oh,
it's the only thing I remember from Spy Kids.
It's a great franchise. I never thought I'd be talking about Spy Kids here, but it is a great franchise. It really is.
It was definitely something.
If you were a Spy Kid, what mission would you go on, gal? That's so funny. All of them. Every single one.
All of them.
A box mission.
A box, yeah. Just pick up a box and try and deliver it. I did my first successful box mission on Tuesday. It was my third attempt. The game was too buggy to let me do any of them before. I was feeling very accomplished.
So, sandworm or space whale?
These are things that are... the whales I'm really, really excited about.
Okay.
What's your favorite ship?
Talon, hands down. No question. No question ever.
What's your favorite non-Star Citizen ship? Do you have one?
As in, like, what?
Anything.
As in, like, a spaceship in the world or a boat?
Anything.
Because when I hear ship, I think of
the clock's ticking.
Boats.
10. Oh my God. 9.
There's a boat in the harbour in London.
Doesn't matter. The choice is yours.
I don't know what it's called, but there's a giant boat that sits in the water on South Bank in London. I like that boat. That's a ship.
Boat, yeah.
Oh, the Andromeda. No, it's not called the Andromeda, is it? What's the ship in Mass Effect? I love that ship. I'm very emotionally attached to that ship.
Oh yeah, the Normandy.
Normandy, there we go. I love the Normandy.
All right, perfect.
I spent a lot of time on that from 1 to 3. Loved the Normandy. Nice and spacious.
Yeah.
Loved it.
It's not a Bengal, but it's nice.
It's not a Bengal. Yeah, everyone's excited about these.
Yeah.
The Bengal.
Yeah.
We did a charity giveaway of a Constellation Taurus this week. It was awesome. So, in fact, I think Foxhound, you're in the chat now, aren't you? You won.
Oh,
just Foxhound.
Congrats.
Yeah, you're here. So,
congratulations.
really cool to see these new things coming out. I love the new ships are really, really cool because they're all they are genuinely quite different. They really do bring in kind of quite unique elements to each one, which is really good of them because obviously they could get quite blanket similar, and they're not.
Are you into sci-fi much? Like, apart from Star Citizen and that kind of thing, have you ever watched, like, sci-fi shows, like Star Trek?
not normally, which everyone always is like shocked about. But we are working on getting myself educated in the realm of space.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have played probably the connection. So there's three things I've been related to space in my whole life. I watched, what's it called? Not Stargate. Is a Stargate a thing?
Stargate is a thing, yeah.
Stargate was some random video I had growing up, and I watched that on VHS.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have played Mass Effect 1 to 3, and then I have played Alien Isolation. Those are the three space-related items in my life that don't involve Star Citizen.
Okay.
Nothing else to do with space has entered my realm.
I've been dreading the fast-fire questions because there's so many of them are space-related. Like the next one is Riker or Picard, but I know you have no idea what any of that means.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting there. But one day we watched Aliens together on a movie night. So that was a space movie that we watched.
Mm-hmm.
Love.
Right.
That was last week.
Yes,
so,
it was last
week.
The
memory is fresh, but also after you played Alien Isolation, so you got everything spoiled.
I was literally like, It's all made sense. The game suddenly clicked into place for me. And yes, don't worry, I will watch Star Wars and everything, and I'll be able to understand all of these references that everyone's saying in the chat all the time.
Okay. Garrus or
then
Tally?
we'll have you on the...
Ooh, that's a good question. It's so funny. I'm watching one of my favorite streamers play it at the moment, and she's in a relationship with Garrus, and I'm always like, why? But I feel like now I owe him that answer because she's really attached to him. And I feel, like with a streamer is going through a game, you feel like emotionally attached to the game with that person.
Yeah.
So I feel like I need to say Garrus on her behalf, but I probably would say Tally because she's funny.
Yeah, Tally's funny.
Yeah.
Oh. This one will also probably tell what sort of playthrough you went in your Mass Effect trilogy. Ashley or Caden?
Oh God, it was a long time ago. When were they out?
Oh, wow. 10 years ago?
Caden is in my... No, that's Jacob. I'm getting them confused. Was this a storyline?
Well, let me just say, Ashley's the racist.
The space racist.
Was she? What did she do?
Oh, she was like completely basically Xenothreat. She would be Xenothreat.
She was, okay, not that. Caden, quickly. I've just seen someone in the chat say Jack or Tally. Jack, 500%. How could you not make Jack at least more fluid? How could you be heterosexual? It's just rude. It was rude. No, Jack was epic. What an incredible character. Such a memorable character as well. She was amazing. I love Jack. Jack's my favorite.
The sass that oozed from her.
She didn't give a flying fig about what anyone said.
So
I love Jack.
If you could act or voice act in any game or franchise, or like if out of any franchise in the world, out of any game that exists in the past or the future, what would it be? What would be your like ideal fantasy game to act in?
If it was The Last of Us 3, I could happily fall off a cliff and pass away and not have any qualms about anything that I didn't do. If they've let me voice just, I don't know, a clicker, something, a zombie, I don't care. Like I could just go and then I could die happy still. Just because my name would be on the credits of that franchise. I would die happy straight away.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, that game series I think means everything to me, to be honest. But there's a lot of franchises that I love, and I think I'm just lucky and happy to be here doing anything in any of them, because it's a world. Gaming in general is a world and a community that doesn't feel like anything else. It doesn't, like the kind of community that I get from doing a movie or from doing anything else is not the kind of, the fan base is so different, and it's so pure and encouraging and supportive in a way that nothing else is. And I think I'm just passionate about the gaming world in general. It kind of it's been a huge part of my life for over a decade. So the more I'm in it in any capacity, it's just a blessing to me, to be honest. So anything, anytime. But the answer to the question would be The Last of Us.
Awesome. All right. And I suppose lastly, where can we find you?
Yes.
In life, in my room. No, I'm joking. Do you want? In fact, no. Gal's probably not on the chat now, is he? But
he's still there.
Oh, is he?
Probably guys. Yeah.
Let me get my link tree. If anyone, I mean, obviously, literally no pressure. If you guys want some really good Star Citizen player, do not follow me at all. But if you do, there I am. There's all of my links, I think, are here. Copy that. I'll pop it in there if anyone wants to follow me on anything.
And on
thanks,
the podcast
guys,
on YouTube, it'll be here, just to make Darge's life a little more difficult.
I'll just put it in the description like everything else. You're not making me edit. I'm already got so much work to do with this episode because of all the technical difficulties. So
can't relate.
Super grateful for you guys having me. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are such
a
wonderful bunch
for finding just like an hour or two of your time for us. I know
it's fine.
You're so busy, and
I know, don't worry.
So no,
hopefully one day I will be juggling less things. But yeah, it's just a pleasure. Thank you for asking me. It's such a pleasure, and I look forward to catching a stream Maya at some point. Look forward to it.
No pressure. I'll try and do the same.
I'll be in the chat, being like, "Why are you not playing with the Talon? Get in the Talon now."
Do you even have a Talon?
Yeah, and then someone gifted me. Oh, Maya does.
Maybe.
It's not good enough.
I mean, you can buy it in game. I think I still have like 2 Talons. Yeah.
Do you?
Yes. You know,
orange is my favorite color. Someone gifted me the orange paint as well, so I have now got the right. Everything's perfect. I've just got this nice orange Talon. I just wish it had a cargo space so I could do a box mission in it or something, but no cargo.
No.
You need the Prowler for that.
I tell you what would be awesome for them to introduce like a same kind of concept as Just Cause. If you could grapple something to the ship and just have it float through space as you're flying, it would be so brilliant. You could grapple 3 boxes and just have them dangling as you fly.
Just like you have the handheld tracker
yes,
beam.
Exactly like that.
There will be ship-based tracker beams. The 315p has one. The Cutlass Black has one. I mean, it's supposed to have one. It's not in game yet, but it's coming
soon. It was great to meet you too, Pyrophoric. Thank you very much for that. Can you be convinced to give Star Citizen roleplay a shot?
With Meyer when he plays RP, yeah.
I need to understand more about what it is rather than just playing and picking an attitude. It feels like there's more to it than that because everyone's talking about it like a proper thing.
I mean, it is what you make of it. I mean, you can make a character. You can basically like write a character sheet of like, you know, your like aspirations, your history, like Dungeons and Dragons basically. Or you can just basically go that, you know, this is my character, this is my character's name, and you can just improv the entire thing. It's really up to you as a player. With how you role play in Star Citizen, because unlike other games like, you know, Grand Theft Auto RP and stuff like that, you're not applying to join like a whitelisted server where like, you know, it's nothing but streamers or nothing but like, you know, serious role players. It's just you playing the game. So
it's completely free realm, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of uncharted territory, 100% improv kind of deal. It's you know, like if it floats your boat, hit me up. We'll do something. But otherwise, yeah. All right.
I like that you can change your character appearance pretty much at any time as well.
Have you tried face over IP?
Tried what?
Face over IP using your Brio. You can move your character's face and eyes and everything else and transmit it to everybody else around you. So you can like actually you know, like be a character moving your face and stuff. She hasn't yet? Oh, okay.
Not yet, no. However, it looks like I'm going to be getting a Toby at some point, so hopefully that could be really, really fun to try in the game as well, because I know that with a controller as well, that could really help a lot of things.
Well, the Toby is only for head tracking, doesn't actually do the face.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I find it still really difficult to toggle between first-person perspective and then actually see, like, and then switching around and being able to see your character. It's quite fiddly. It can be quite fiddly to get used to.
Yeah.
Because even if you switch perspective, in order to switch around and see the front of your character, you still have to Z and twist and things like that.
So you can save cameras and you can save like camera locations and stuff. So like you can have preset angles for your character and each individual ship. It's a lot of like random stuff that takes a little while to get doing, but yeah, I mean, again, if it interests you or whatever.
Well, I didn't realize my camera had that built in, so I'll give it a go. Why not? It's hilarious.
No, it's any webcam that can see your face will track onto your eyes and your eyebrows and mouth and nose, and then will transmit that to your character's face in game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'd always be
the better a camera, the better that translates to. So it's not glitchy and twitchy, and it looks like you had a stroke recently. But the Brio is fantastic for that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the way that I designed my character to look is the most similar to Miss Babbage that I possibly could. And for some reason, she still looks miserable. She looks so unhappy. There's a natural scowl all the time. So that would probably help her look a bit happier, to be honest, because she does not look happy.
The standard animations that play when you have that disabled are very concerned looking.
Yes, very concerned.
But when you turn it on, the face relaxes, and then you can drive it yourself. Yes.
Okay, that is good to know then.
Yeah. Well, Anna, once again, thank you so much for being here. And
no, not at all. Not at all. Thank you.
All right. Well, ladies, I guess I was gonna say ladies and gentlemen, but I was like, wait a minute.
Ladies in the chat.
Yeah.
Lady.
But I guess you kind of like brought us into this one. I guess you can read us out.
Oh, well, again, thank you everybody for joining. Sorry for the technical hitches, and I hope to see you somewhere in the verse soon.
Yeah.